So, you're a dog owner in Riverview, Florida, and you're trying to find the right trainer. It can feel like a lot to sort through, right? Well, that's what this is all about. We're going to cut through the noise and give you a simple, straightforward guide to help you and your dog thrive together, right here in our community.
You know, living in Riverview offers such a great mix for you and your dog. One minute, you could be walking along the Alafia River. The next, you're navigating the busy spots around US 301. Good training just makes sure your dog is a calm, confident partner, whether you're on a quiet trail at Bell Creek Nature Preserve or just visiting some local shops. Okay, so here's how we've broken it all down. First up, we'll cover what you should look for in a trainer's approach. Next, we'll get into the different programs and what they typically cost around here. Then, we're going to arm you with some really important questions to ask. And finally, we'll touch on local Riverview rules and some great resources to help you practice. All right, let's start with what's probably the most important piece of the puzzle, a trainer's philosophy and their qualifications. Getting this right from the start makes everything else fall into place. The approach you'll hear about most often, and for good reason, is positive reinforcement. Really, it's all about rewarding your dog when they make good choices. This not only helps them learn faster, but it also builds an incredible, trusting bond between the two of you. Now, you're going to see a bunch of letters after some trainers' names. It might look like alphabet soup, but they tell you a lot. CPDTK is a great sign of solid general knowledge. KPACTP often means they have really strong hands-on skills. And hey, if you're dealing with bigger challenges like serious fear or anxiety, look for something like IAABC-CDBC or CBCCKA. Those usually point to a behavioral specialist. Okay, now for the practical side of things. What kinds of programs are available and what can you expect to invest? Let's break down the options you'll typically find here in the Riverview area. So, you really have two main options, and each one has its own strengths. Group classes are just fantastic for teaching your dog how to focus when other dogs and people are around. But on the other hand, private lessons are perfect for tackling those very specific things that happen at home, like jumping on guests or barking at everything out the window. To help you plan your budget, we've put together a table of average costs you'll find around Riverview and the greater Tampa Bay area. This should give you a pretty solid idea of what to expect financially. As you can see, costs can really vary by the type of service. A typical 6-week group class, for instance, will usually be a few $100s. Private lessons are generally priced by the hour, and then you have board and train programs, which are the most intensive and also the biggest investment. It's also good to remember that a trainer's level of experience often plays a role in these prices. Now that you know what to look for and what it might cost, let's get you ready with the right questions. Remember, a consultation isn't just for the trainer to meet your dog. It's really your chance to interview them. Here are the essential things you'll want to cover in that first conversation. You definitely want to confirm their training philosophy and ask about their credentials. But also, ask them exactly how they plan to tailor the program to your dog's specific needs. Getting clear on how they measure progress, what their total fees are, and what kind of homework you'll be doing, well, that makes sure there are no surprises later on. Finally, let's talk about being a good canine citizen right here in Riverview. This is all about understanding the local rules and knowing the best spots to go practice your dog's new skills. So these are the big 3 rules from Hillsborough County. Your dog has to be on a leash in public unless you're at a designated dog park. They need to wear their current rabies tag all the time. And yeah, excessive nonstop barking can actually become a legal nuisance. Good training just helps you meet and exceed all these community standards. And once you're learning, where can you go? Well, the Riverview Dog Park is perfect for practicing that off-leash squeak call. And the trails at Bell Creek or Alafia Scrub are excellent for working on loose-leash walking around real-world things like squirrels and other hikers. We really hope this guide helps you find the perfect training partner, because choosing the right trainer leads to so much more than a dog that just sits on command. It means more enjoyable walks through your neighborhood, calmer visits when friends and family come over, and a happier, more confident companion who can truly be part of your Riverview life. Best of luck in your search.